The air crackled with the laughter of children. Sunlight dappled through the leaves of towering oaks, painting playful patterns on the bustling playground. The Zhang family, a young couple and their bright-eyed 3-year-old daughter Mei, reveled in the simple joy of the day. Mei, a whirlwind of energy, zipped between the slide and the swings, her laughter echoing like wind chimes. Her parents, weary from the week's work, found solace in her infectious glee. Life, in that moment, was perfect. As the afternoon waned, the family decided to head home. The path led them through the local shopping mall, its gleaming facade a stark contrast to the tranquility of the park. Mei, energized from the day's play, skipped ahead, her tiny hand swallowed by her father's much larger one. They approached the escalator, a metal serpent winding its way to the next floor. It hummed, oblivious to the impending tragedy. The family stepped onto the metal steps. The mother, trailing slightly behind, bent to adjust Mei's shoe. It was a mundane act, filled with a mother's love, an act that would echo in its absence for eternity. The escalator, a metal conveyor belt of normalcy, turned monstrous. A panel at the top, worn and neglected, gave way. It happened in a blink, a heartbeat. The seemingly innocuous metal plates buckled, collapsing inwards with a sickening crunch. Screams tore through the air as people near the top stumbled, sucked into the newly formed abyss. Mei, her tiny hand ripped from her father's grasp, vanished into the maw of twisted metal. Her father, reaching out in a desperate attempt to grasp her, could only watch in horror. His fingers brushed against empty air. The mother, still a step behind, witnessed the unimaginable. Her daughter, her precious Mei, swallowed by the cold, metallic heart of the escalator. The machinery continued its relentless climb, oblivious to the tragedy unfolding within its gears. People at the bottom watched in terror, unable to comprehend the scene unfolding above. The air thickened with the metallic scent of grinding gears and the growing stench of panic. Time distorted. The world shrunk to the gaping hole in the escalator and the mother's unyielding resolve. Without hesitation, without a single thought for her own safety, she lunged forward. She pushed past stunned onlookers, her eyes fixed on the spot where Mei had disappeared. She threw herself onto the still-moving steps, her body a shield against the unforgiving metal. She reached down, her arms straining against the weight of the machinery, her fingers searching for any sign of her daughter. Each second stretched into an eternity, filled with the grinding of metal and the mother's desperate hope. "Mei! Mei!" Her voice, raw with terror and love, echoed through the stunned silence. Section 4. Silent screams. The escalator ground to a halt, its mechanical heart silenced by emergency measures. But the silence was deceptive, filled with the silent screams of a father who had lost his daughter, the choked sobs of onlookers who had witnessed the unthinkable. Rescue workers swarmed the scene, their faces grim behind their masks of professional calm. They worked with a frantic energy, dismantling the metal beast piece by piece, each clang of their tools a hammer blow to the hearts of the onlookers. Hope, fragile and fading, clung to the air like smoke. Hours later, they pulled her out. The mother, her body broken but her spirit unbroken, emerged from the wreckage, clutching Mei close. But it was too late. Mei, her bright eyes now vacant, was gone. The mother's heroic act, fueled by a love as fierce as the midday sun, had come at the ultimate price. Section 5. Never again. The investigation was swift and damning. Corrosion, lack of maintenance, negligence. The words echoed in the courtroom, empty syllables failing to capture the magnitude of the loss. The tragedy became a national headline, a searing indictment of a system that had failed to protect its most vulnerable members. But amidst the blame and the grief, Mei's story served as a chilling wake-up call. The image of her mother's sacrifice, seared into the nation's consciousness, became a symbol of the urgent need for change. Safety protocols were reviewed, regulations tightened, inspections intensified. The memory of a little girl's laughter, brutally silenced, fueled a collective determination to ensure such a tragedy would never again darken the doorway of a playground.